I'm fucking dying.
Hey, there we go. But it says we've been live for 40 seconds, so is she wrong?
Did we really do that? If we did that twice, that's going to
No,
be
we didn't. I promise you, we didn't do it twice.
Okay. All right. So we got it now. Sorry, guys. We thought we were live. We played the promo. We were dancing. And then we realized that we weren't live. So, hi. And tonight we have CXLD Canary with us. Hello, darling.
Hey.
We have special guest host, Generator.
Hi, buddies.
Stepping up, the real MVP. This is the Freedom Fam, in case you are confused. Conservative Texan is, he's out tonight. And Ant is also out as well. So we'll start this off the way that we normally do. And CXLD, tell us a little bit about yourself, boo-boo.
Oh, boy. Where do you want me to begin?
So what got you like on TikTok?
Oh, so legitimately started TikTok because my family was sick of hearing me talk about politics 24/7. And it was like I was keeping them informed on what was happening, all the press conferences and such when COVID really started kicking off. I would listen to the whole thing and then give them bullet points just so they could keep up with it. Because I was making and selling masks at the time, so I was spending a lot of time at my desk. And so it was a lot of time to listen to audiobooks and all of that. So I started TikTok to basically have an outlet for that so I didn't drive them crazy. Because it was just too much every single day and they needed a break. So then I was like, oh, then I found the political side of TikTok because when I first had that app, I didn't know it existed until I saw a video of conservative Ant. And I was like,
it's always Ant. He's like the gateway drug.
Yes, he was. He was because I was like, oh my gosh, this is a whole thing. There's a whole group of people on here that you can talk to. So yeah, it took off after that because I didn't have any content before then. I made a couple with some rescue dogs that I was working with during COVID, and I didn't do much with that. And then I wasn't doing the fostering anymore. So yeah, got on the political side of things, and here we be.
Nice. And here we be. And what account are you currently on right now?
This is number 4. I lost 3 in the same day.
That's right.
That was
all
crazy.
in one day.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
I was
she went international.
Guys, I've got backups. And they were like, hold my beer. No, you don't.
Yeah. Well, they got you like internationally. Like it was like an international coup to get you off that site.
And then I had to factory reset my phone so that I could get back on the whole, because I was banned, like phone banned. And I started with like a new email and it was ridiculous. It was really ridiculous.
Life is like so difficult on TikTok, especially for conservatives. Like I know like banning happens on both sides, but like it is so one-sided or uneven. Like what's it? I guess uneven because like people like canceled. Like there's all kinds of people like you have to reset your phone. Like that's ridiculous that they're censoring us that bad.
Or even get like a whole new one. I mean, we had to get like old tablets to try to like hook Batty up while she was in Michigan, like different location. Maybe it'll throw them off, and like kind of get her on the app. Oh, speaking of, I guess her ears were ringing.
Hey, yeah, because
Natalie.
I called Crafty when I saw those videos and I was like, do you guys need another phone or tablet? Because I just upgraded my son's. I was like, I will put this in the mail today. Like
I think that we are trying to get her like something else now that like, I mean, she's been back on there. She's got the one video. It's still up there. No one's taken her down yet. So because like with the tablet, it's just so glitchy, and it's like, that's what we have to do to get our voice out there. Like, that's ridiculous that we've got to like rig up our kids' old tablets and like hide in our garages and
under the blanket.
VPN scramble
to talk about politics. Like how is that even
it's even more frustrating when things we got banned for are now being proven to be true, and had they just shut up and let people have their opinions, But now they're
No,
like,
I had a post removed on Facebook last year, and it was Ashley Biden's diary. And I went back to that post and redid it again. And I was like, you guys literally called me crazy. Literally called me crazy.
yes.
And here's the whole diary. Here you go.
I got put in Facebook jail. That's like my favorite pastime. And of putting a meme up of Kyle Rittenhouse when he was walking down the street and he had his hand up trying to flag down the police. And it said, "Blame it all on my roots. I showed up in boots and ruined your Black Lives affair."
That was my favorite meme from that time.
So I have a question.
And I went to Facebook jail.
So when you guys go to Facebook jail, because I used to post stuff like, because that's where I started, like posting political stuff. Like, is it because your accounts are like public? Is that why you guys end up in Facebook jail, or do you guys have just a bunch of asshole friends? That's crazy. Or, well, I guess Facebook probably has some weird algorithm that like censors it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
go a little hard on Facebook. Like, I'll say things like, "We should overthrow the government," like very blunt statements.
Insurrection.
Right, like insert Zuck immediately. Like, whoa, girl, you need to settle down.
Zuck is coming for you personally.
What are you guys talking? I'm like an angel. Oh, I forgot I can like show comments. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Cat was left unattended. We don't have supervision.
She's in the Garden of Eden.
I don't know how to get rid of them now.
I think you just click it again.
Learning.
Hey. That's okay. I don't know how to do
Learning.
it. I showed up.
I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, Tex gave me a very basic rundown. Was like, here's the podcast. I'm not going to be there. Have a good day. Here's how to log in. Here's how to do. He did teach me how to do banners, though. Thank you, Tex, for that one.
So basically, Facebook, it's like every other social media. They have AIs and they recognize certain words. So if you put Facebook or you put Zuckerberg, it's like it's pinged on their radar. And I do it all on purpose. I will go to Zuckerberg's page, share his post, and write a letter.
That's awesome.
Hey, Zuck.
But yeah, I didn't know if it was
I used to like Facebook message him.
Yeah, that's funny. Now, I didn't know if it was from public profiles because, like I said, I used to say shit all the time. And then, like, not that it's not political at all, but I have a gaming Facebook group. And, like, they instantly flag certain words. Like, if you say somebody, "Oh, that was trash," like, they flag it and they remove the post. Like, they weren't even calling anybody trash. Like, it's automatically Facebook doing it. So I didn't know if it was
Facebook does do it automatically now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it does. Like, they flag certain accounts, and then that's just kind of the end of it.
Yeah, someone said something like this comment on Facebook, and it grayed out the comment and said that it was sensitive material, and it was about some criminal, and the guy, his comment just said, "It sounds like he needs an ass beating," and they're like, "Oh, this is sensitive. We must block it from the baby eyes." And I'm like,
but like, maybe he needs his ass kicked. Like, why is that not?
It was, but I agreed with him. So I was like, yeah, he's right. He sounds like he needs an ass beating. I mean, have you been watching
the Kyle Rittenhouse trial?
As much as I can before I want to break my TV.
Me, like a bunch of us were like in group call today, like in sweatpants and hoodies on our couches, like.
And then Kramer did it live, and people were in there like, "Oh my God, he's yelling at the TV." I'm like, do you not understand that this is setting a precedence for all of us when it comes to self-defense? This is not just Kyle Rittenhouse. This is everyone on trial right now. To where there is evidence that he is innocent. It should have never gone to trial in the first place. And it doesn't matter because it was so politically charged. They did it because they were afraid of the repercussions if they didn't.
Yeah.
And that's
like, why do they need 8 days for this though? Like, they have footage. The footage speaks for itself. Just review it, and then and I'm kind of here for the judge though.
I think that they're trying to get a mistrial, honestly. I think the prosecution's trying to get a mistrial so they don't have to admit that they lost that account. So he's really fucking it up good just so the judge can be like, get out.
Yeah.
But like, how disbarment like isn't in a like, my guy, your job, you shouldn't be doing it.
No, I do love the judge though. So like, my favorite, is it just me, or like, is the judge adding more America?
He's adding like, more America.
And then the accent on top of it.
And then like, he puts the tissue box down and it's like American flag print. He's got the American flag tie on today. And then when politics got brought up and he was like, what's your point? Where are you going with this? What are you doing? I'm like, who is this man?
Yeah,
What did I
is
say today? I
awesome.
bet you Christmas at his house is amazing.
Yeah, I bet he's like the best grandpa ever.
So at the end of the proceedings, they were talking about how much time they would need because he was giving each one for closing statements an hour and a half, and prosecution wanted 2.5 hours. And he was like, and then quotes someone who was like, be short, sit down, be quiet type of thing. So
Right.
He said, basically, he said 2.5 hours, but at any point, if you're dragging this on longer than it needs to, I'm gonna cut you off.
Right.
Like, be forewarned that if it's a bunch of bullshit, I'm just gonna say no.
I think that the YouTube's been hacked because that's not me talking.
Mm.
It's this guy that like thinks that he's on the show. It's super weird, but like I've changed all the passwords.
Yeah, like let's.
So,
I think you need to change it again. That's crazy.
This is my house now, Kimosabi.
But I'm glad that this is the judge that is doing the case, because if it was, oh my god, like it's all political, like you said, like this should have never went to trial. Like they didn't do anything wrong. Like it was all self-defense, and this is a dog and pony show. I mean, hell, like with the whole afternoon cat, they were talking about the brightness and contrast of the video, and then they brought the one witness back on twice in a row to talk about the pixelations of the fucking picture.
And like, I get it, but like,
and you're enlarging the picture. Would you say that
I was so proud of the defense until that moment?
Yeah, if this red pixel gets enlarged and you have a blue pixel here, does it come together and make purple? Bro, you did not just say that. I mean, I'm glad you understand Roy G. Biv, but like, you did not just say that.
Roy G. Biv, you did not just Roy G. Biv it.
I did Roy G. Biv it.
Love it.
It is even more so frustrating. Like, LeBron James is a trash human being. I can't stand him. He's such an asshat. And he's talking about crocodile tears, and there was a meme. It's like, bro, you cried when you got a cramp.
Yeah.
And there's like 4 people.
LeBron James is the last person.
I was so fired up. I got that sent to me like a little bit ago, and like when I was on the Discord, I was like, am I allowed to cuss on here?
Cuss.
I've been cussing, okay, but I was going the fuck off. I was like, I'm about to fuck this dude up. Like, I can't wait to make a TikTok tomorrow. This motherfucker, like, he just needs to stop. Like, I don't know why anyone thinks that his opinion matters, but dude, just go back to playing basketball and shut the fuck up.
Tax wants to know who's look, Tax, I'm drinking too. I'm drinking. I dressed up.
Oh, and speaking of Tex, so Kat, I'm gonna do something for you because fuck Tex. I know you guys also stream on Twitch. I'm gonna help you guys build up on Twitch so you guys can get affiliate. So I'm gonna do that just for you, Kat.
Oh, boo.
You need like 50 people to get affiliate, right?
Yeah, 50 people, an average of like 3.5 views.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
World Series champion. I know.
Okay.
So a lot of people have asked
Sir,
me,
if you're just going to troll your own podcast live, you can leave.
Where's the moderators at? Can somebody block him?
Somebody
right now.
Can we mute this guy, please?
Yeah, who is this guy?
It is a blue moon. Yes, it is
Scott,
a blue moon.
You owe me one because you muted me. Put him in timeout.
I don't know. Can we?
He did say today that he is not going to block you.
Oh, I know. I will not mute cancel.
Can I take him immediately out?
I'm oppressed. I'm oppressed.
Oh man,
I don't know. So people have asked me though about like, you watch baseball and what your view on it is because of the political climate. Look, I love baseball. And if my son is going to look for people to be any type of a role model, it's better than the NFL and it's better than the NBA. Because his own football coach this year had to tell the team, you guys need to watch the NFL and how they play, not how they act. So LeBron called you a bitch, no cap.
Like, why are you always? I can control you. I can put you in timeout. I just saw the option, so don't tempt me, okay? Don't tempt me.
So basically, at the end of the day, I understand that taking the All-Star game away from Georgia was not supposed to be a punishment to the Braves. It just so happens to be their team. It just so happens to be my team. And it was the best clapback ever to be like, oh, you're going to take the All-Star game? That's fine. We'll take the World Series.
Yes, that was the greatest.
So
you know what? That shows you right there. God works in mysterious ways, and God's like not here for the crap that's going on right now, because he was probably like, "Oh no, yeah, the Braves, they're going to the World Series and they're going to win it. They won it in Atlanta too, didn't they?
do what?
Blue Moon
They
is
won. The last game
not
was in
made with
Atlanta, right?
Flint water.
No, the last game was in Houston because
Oh, it was in Houston.
there
Okay.
we just won't talk about the game that was at home that they should have won.
All right,
and
girls, we are not. The boys are gone. Stop.
Oh,
Oh, my bad.
Jesus.
my bad. Sorry.
They don't even
sport.
talk about sports.
Oh, we're not allowed.
So,
to
I
talk
don't
about
follow sports. But honestly, though, the thing is, if I had to pick, even when me and Cody first, me and my husband Cody first met, like I love watching baseball. Though I'm not a big fan of the other ones, but I will. Like my favorite thing to do is to sit in B-dubs with like a basket of wings and a Blue Moon draft and watch a baseball game.
See, I like watching baseball games live. Like, I don't like watching them like on screen. I get so
it's
bored.
way better live.
I'd so much prefer to
Yeah.
actually go to a game. Like, college football is where it's at for me. So I'll sit at B-dubs with my chicken wings and beer and college football.
This is a mirrored image, so I keep doing things the wrong direction.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that one. I'm clicking all of them. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
can't be the show and read it.
You only clicked that one because your name was in it.
Oops.
No.
I'm just messing with you. Oh man. So cancel. Tell us about. Can we talk about the Travis Scott? Can we talk? Is that too soon, or should we talk about other headlines first? Like how Joe says some very inappropriate things and nobody thinks he's racist. Can we talk about that first, and then we can talk about Travis
can
Scott?
we please? Like, how is that excusable at all? Nobody can be excusing this behavior, right?
Yeah.
No, but they are. They are.
No, they're not.
They're ignoring it.
Yeah, they've
They've got to be ignoring. I was gonna say they got to be ignoring it. They can't be
ignore
excused. But like, okay, listen, Joe clearly has dementia because after he said what he said, like he goes on and tells the exact same story that he said to the Pope.
To the Pope.
The exact same, like
Because he
almost
thought the
verbatim.
Pope was the guy.
Yeah.
The
Oh my God.
problem
You
I
guys-
have is when he says a famous Negro
Yes.
in the Negro League, and I'm like, no. Him has a name. Him played a sport. Don't have to. Who was
And
famously
race had
known
nothing
for
to
his
do with
role
it.
in the Negro Leagues, but like,
Right.
you called him one.
Yeah.
See, and that's what I thought too. Like, if you would have said, you know, like da 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 in the Negro Leagues, like, because that is what they were historically known and called.
Right.
Okay, I get it. But to literally call him that and have nobody really like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just Joe. It's just Joe. Like what?
This N-word, and I'm like, what? And he didn't even backtrack. So it
Like,
wasn't
what
even
year is
fake.
it?
He wasn't trying to say the Negro Leagues. He was just saying this person. And it's kind of the same thing with like the Kyle Rittenhouse, where they're saying, oh, white supremacist. How? He shot white people. And the white guy that died was running around screaming the N-word, was calling Kyle
right.
the N-word. And
Hard R too.
I mean,
Yeah.
and let's also remember that like a registered sex offender was chasing a child down the side of the road.
Mhm.
Like that was the situation. Like, what did you want him to do? What would have been better for everybody else? That he was the one that was shot? Yes, that would have been better for everyone
exactly
else.
what they
according to
expect.
them.
They expect them to. They expected him to just take it and die. And like, I will never comprehend. Like, obviously, all these people. Because I didn't watch the trial up until Kyle spoke, and so I popped in. I was watching it on TikTok, and just seeing the comments. I'm like, one, you guys have clearly never watched any of the videos. Two, you have never been in any type of situation where it makes your heart go up just a little bit to be saying the things that you're saying.
is like, Kyle Rittenhouse is a boss.
Yes,
He cleared a malfunction in the middle of a very vulnerable, high energy.
He did, and no one's giving that kid credit.
He had to clear his firearm and then immediately defend himself. And he turned his firearm on someone. They had their hands up. He didn't fire. Who then they bamboozled him, and then they were going to try and get him, and he had to go back and defend himself. Like, the amount of control that this, young man had should be commended, because that is what you would hope a person would do in those situations.
Yeah.
To use discretion. And
I was
good
just telling
judgment.
Kat earlier, like, there are 18-year-old soldiers that don't have that kind of trigger discipline.
No. Like, I don't think that I could confidently say that if I was in that situation that I would be able to react that quickly. I honestly don't think I would. if we're being 100% honest, not that quickly, not with that much efficiency at that age, underneath that much, like, whoa.
No, he testified that he didn't rack it because they asked if he racked it. They didn't ask about any type of weapons malfunction. They asked if he racked it, and then asked for to clarify why if you did rack it, what does that mean? And he's like, charging it. Like, I call it charging, and he explained the function of charging a weapon, but he didn't say anything about. They didn't ask him anything about a malfunction that I saw.
They asked him about his Call of Duty character and his screen names and the weapons that he has in Call of Duty.
Isn't the point of those games to kill everyone that comes at you?
I couldn't. I was like,
it's actually, there's objectives in there. There's a way to play the game, and you're my guy. I played Halo growing up too. I played Mortal Kombat. I'm not pulling people's spines out of their backs.
Nope, I'm not.
Get over here.
Playing Mario Kart. I'm not throwing turtles across the highway. Like, what are you doing?
When was this again? This was like the early 90s where they were coming out and ostracizing video games and music. Like, this isn't the 90s anymore.
And Marilyn Manson. It was Marilyn Manson and video games then.
Yeah, get out of here. Stop with that. And Deplorable D13, I'm sorry. I could have missed it. They might have asked, but from what I saw, they were just specifically asking about him charging it. And then even asked, would you say this is 4 inches? Because they had demonstrated on the weapon.
Yeah, they demonstrated it.
So I could be wrong. Jen's wrong sometimes. It happens. I'm only human.
Even outside of that, just the level of control he had in that situation is commendable, because I don't think there's many people who would be faced in a situation like that feeling like a mob is coming down on top of them that didn't just fall apart in that situation and keep their cool or walk away.
Yeah. I mean, I think just from the very first shooting, it showed he was running away, and he pulled the gun on him multiple times and didn't shoot. So multiple times he's just trying to get himself out of that situation. That dude, he's amazing. I would take him on as a soldier any day.
He's going to be a very rich young man if things
he is.
As they should.
Yes.
And as he should. If he doesn't get let off, you can't tell me Facebook, big tech, and freaking the administration and the FBI don't have something to do with it, because they're the reason he's in this situation in the first place.
Yeah. What's up, Ricky? I haven't called people a jackwagon in a while.
I know. I saw the jackwagon.
Yeah, jackwagon. I haven't had to call anybody a jackwagon in a bit. It's been. I'm really surprised. It's because I'm shadow banned. The lefties aren't finding me right now.
All right. Enough politics. Talk to me about Travis Scott. It's been 23 minutes. We did a really good job. Let's talk Travis Scott.
Yeah, good job, team.
Okay, so
because girl, you had me brain scrambled with your 8s and the pregnancy, and I'm like, I'm not going to sleep for a freaking month because of this girl.
This is how my brain works, because we start here and the web goes. So in a nutshell, because a lot of people are like, I need a translator. I was just naming things that had coincidentally popped up. So when I say the Astros, I'm like, the word Astro just keeps popping up. So the Astros lose the World Series, and then we have the Astro concert, which is horrible, and then Astro from UB40 dies. Okay, all 3 bad things for these Astros. Astro is space, and his space world, black holes, portals. Obviously his setup on stage, it was a portal. I know a lot of people are saying that it's basically like the cross coming out of the portal upside down. I will say that that's to me, it's kind of iffy, but then again, not, because everything's intentional to where that makes sense as a stage setup. Right. But it could have been a T. It was a cross. It just happens to be that way. So maybe not. But would it surprise me if it wasn't, or if it was? No, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that on purpose. But so I was basically just reading up on the moon cycles, and occult ceremonies. And let me tell you, the Reddit threads you will find on human sacrifice is interesting, to say the least. And they are they believe it. They're talking about it they believe it. Yeah. At first I thought it was a joke, and then someone went into detail how to do a proper human sacrifice, and I was like, okay.
They're serious, and that's the thing. Everyone just ignores it. Oh, it's shock art. No, bitch. No, this is some really bad shit.
And I tell people I don't believe what they believe. It doesn't change how much they believe in it. So I read about the different ceremonies and some of these things like you've known about since forever because I like spooky shit, so you just read about it.
I like weird shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't not go down the rabbit hole. When YouTube was new, there was some stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff on there. So when they're talking about, it's just, so for me, it's this whole astro space keeps popping up and portals keep popping up. The idea of portals, the use of whatever. So when a soul leaves this plane, it creates a portal. The more that leave at the same time, the more portals, it thins the veil between here and the afterlife. And because we just came off of Halloween, which is when the veil is thinnest, the 4th of November is like a satanic holiday right before all of this happens. And there was one right before that as well. It's just the timeline of all of these.
What about like the Pearl Jam shirt? Like the Pearl Jam shirt that he was wearing.
Died there. A lot of the things are just coincidental. I know Astroworld is a theme park, so there's a dart on his back. But out of everything that you put on your back, you chose a balloon dart. Yeah. So you look up dart, and there's obviously different things that could be associated with dart. But one of them is an online language programming system. If that's related to the metaverse, I have no idea. I really didn't dig that deep on that. It's just very
metaverse scares the shit out of me.
Coincidental. Well, and what better plug than to say, oh my God, kids died at this concert. Guess what? Your kids don't even have to. It's one of their biggest advertising points is that your kids don't even have to leave the safety of their home to go to a concert with their friends, that they can just do it on the metaverse.
And he's already on like Fortnite. Like he's huge on Fortnite. He's already done concerts on Fortnite. Like
I watched it because I was like, oh, this is kind of dope. Because my son's like, oh, there's this thing. Come watch it with me.
My son's got all the skins.
With the animation. Didn't know anything about Travis Scott at the time. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And because my son, so I told him, he said, what are you listening to? Because I was watching the videos about the concert and I said, Travis Scott had a concert and people died. And he was like, yeah, people die at his concerts all the time. My 13-year-old son knew that. And I was like, what do you mean? Well, because he's on Fortnite, kids know who he is. So they keep up with him. He's like pop culture. So kids at school talk about him. We live closer, like in Alaska, we don't have concerts like that, but down here we do. So people will, kids know about someone who went to a concert and like, yeah, somebody died. And it's like, that's not normal.
No.
For people to die.
You just said it like super cash. Like, yeah, they die there all the time.
Well, so this is from my 13-year-old son. He just said that he has really toxic fans. And so I looked that up, and apparently he's created the toxicity in his fan base. Like no respect for authority, fuck everybody else. You do what you want, rage against the machine, except there is no machine, and it's really dumb.
You're not raging.
You're not raging the machine. You're moshing.
You're like, feeding the machine at that point.
So what I also heard, and this would make sense, is that there were like money being exchanged between people or vendors or something, and it was laced with fentanyl. And people were trying to.
Well, there was the guy that got injected in the neck, like the security officer was. Yeah,
and they're thinking that people are saying it was probably fentanyl, and they're like, "Where the fuck are we getting fentanyl? You're in Texas. You're right by the border. You know where it's coming from."
No, they're not serious. Wondering where the hell the fentanyl is coming from.
Do they not watch the news?
But
no, are they not watching the news at all? Like, what the heck?
And even the news is lying to you, but at least it's something boo-boo. Yeah. Like it's at least helping you get in the general idea of what's going on.
Because we do this regularly, we just assume everybody's heard.
Yeah.
Because we see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Their FYP, their suggested posts, their suggested advertisements have nothing to do with it. They are living in a bubble of their everyday life, and they never hear a whisper of this stuff. Because it doesn't fit into their related searches or whatever the case is. And that's just the way that it is.
This part, though, a lot of people didn't hear about Travis Scott. And people are like, I saw one video that was like, finally, Kylie's dating somebody that was relevant before her. How? How did he get famous? How did he get popular? How did he get so big so fast?
But
I saw this one guy that was like, we made him that. We just lied. the same as Kylie really isn't a freaking billionaire. Like she is, but her makeup's not worth that much. Like people sold
her bathing suits are trash.
Dude, her
she
bathing
doesn't
suits
care
are
about
hella
her
trash.
customers or her fan base.
I
Like
don't
she's not
follow
Kim
any of her
Kardashian.
stuff. I have
but
no
she
idea anything
tries.
about her.
I
But
bought
Travis
one
Scott,
lift kit and that shit was garbage.
So Travis Scott, he's been around for years because obviously I listen to that ratchet music. So he
Jen's
wasn't.
hood.
Yeah, I'm
She
hood.
is. She don't fuck around.
I don't fuck around. But like,
doesn't.
hell yeah. But I mean, he's been around for years. Like he got brought in by who the fuck did he get brought in? I think Drake. I think he did a song with Drake, and that's what like helped blew him up. Was like I don't know somehow some. I think I could be wrong, but he's been around.
I'm sorry, what? Travis Scott and Bill Clinton? What?
I mean, listen, we know that Bill Clinton's down. Like we already know that. Like that doesn't surprise me one bit.
No.
That really does not surprise me one bit.
I
do.
He did
I
have
know
a career prior to all of this, but again, he attached himself to a Kardashian,
Right?
And that's what.
Okay,
really
so like, what do you have any theories about the Kardashians?
Other than everything they do is a PR stunt and it's completely intentional.
Bro, I think that they're like legit like sirens.
No, it makes sense because look.
I do. I think that they're sirens.
Kanye went crazy when he was with Kim.
Like, yeah, they all go crazy.
They all go crazy.
Yeah, they see. This is a mirror image. They all went crazy. They all went crazy because
they did, right? And they're like loaded, and it's like this very like it's like this vagina fest, and like no men are allowed in, and they all breed at like come on, you're telling me that Kylie did not get pregnant on purpose with that dude? It was like weeks after.
We saw the same video. We had to see the same video. She broke it down, and she was very calm the whole time. I was like,
yeah.
this was business.
Like a mermaid.
Or like
some people call them mermaid
or something, you know. Like
so, siren like is like historically mythologically whatever. So when like the sailors were out to sea, they'd have the siren that would pop up. It's essentially a mermaid. She would pop up and she'd sing this most beautiful song that would drive the sailors to turn their little boats, and then they'd wreck. She'd bring them to their doom. Is what these
and then eat them,
and then like devour them.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think the Kardashians are like a mix between praying mantises and sirens.
Or they're a succubus.
Succubus, yes. Because like don't succubus like get energy
these
from
men.
Them? Yes.
Yeah, I saw that South Park episode.
Except for Scott Disick.
You know what? I like Scott. Is it weird that I like Scott? He cracks me up. He cracks me up.
He is everything that they needed, and they absolutely hated him for it, and I love it.
So Megan, it does.
Like, that is true. Like it's been scientifically proven that certain tones, certain frequencies can make you go crazy. Like even in the military, as like torture device, we do that. Like, what is it, Barney? I think Barney was like the #1 played song when I looked it up for like military torture. Was the "I Love You" song?
Oh man, I hated that song so much. I was not tortured in the military.
But they played that weird crap before the concert for like 6 consecutive hours, and it just sounded like silverware in a garbage disposal.
Well, if you look up decibels, even with horror movies, there's a specific decibel that they play to make you feel uneasy and like get you in the zone or whatever you want to call it for it to be scary. So it's not anything new. Or like music is at a certain type of decibel to make you feel good, like serotonin, dopamines, you know, like I swear the 90s had their own decibel because it was the best. But I
fully agree with you.
On a different level. I don't know what they're doing now, but they are shit.
No, agreed. But there is tones, and then there was people who were saying like because of that stuff that some people thought was in the that like playing certain tones, like remember that there was like it moved like when they played frequencies next to the shit, and I'm like,
when they did research about the spike protein that was in the vaccine.
Hold on 1 second, I'm horribly sorry. Can you let Tex know that he's not on the show tonight so he can shut the fuck up? Thanks, Deaners. Love your face, boo boo.
Hi, Deaners.
Yes. Next up, Tex, we will speak about the stars.
Yes.
And zodiacs.
And aliens.
And aliens.
At least we're talking about Travis Scott.
We saw a spaceship today.
We did on TikTok.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
spaceship.
You see that video? No, that guy's like freaking out, and he's like, this is a spaceship. Like, just clear. It's clear as day.
Yeah.
Like, it's just right there in the clouds.
They're here. They're here. They're here
here.
to fix things.
I'm making a drawing so I can recreate a video that a guy made on TikTok. This is stupid because anyways, this was the shape of the stage basically. Portal up here, it's a cross, right? So this ends here, so people can walk around this side. This ends here, people can walk around this side. At a regular festival, this and this are not here. There's a catwalk, so when people push to the front and people get shoved backwards, it does this. They get shoved out of the way. People were dying here, and people were dying here because there was nowhere to go but into the barricades. That's where it got fucked up. So the crew who put this together and
knew what they were doing.
Yes, they knew what they were doing prior to actually having the concert, because everyone who has gone to festivals knows that that's the flow of a crowd. They're going to push forward, people get pushed back. Mm-hmm. If there's a barrier that doesn't move and people get shoved into it, it's an immovable object, which means they're going to get crushed.
Right.
So the design, the engine, whatever you want to stage set up, people, the cameras on. They set it up wrong, and they know this. It's not like it's their first rodeo. Like
and you've heard from multiple people that are in the industry that have worked events, that have worked these kind of things, that are saying, I mean, even people that I know that have volunteered at Faster Horses out here in Michigan in Jackson, which is a huge festival that we do here in Michigan that goes for 3 days. None of this looked normal. None of this was normal. Like if an ambulance is coming through, people move. Like nobody did anything. Yeah. And then when everybody, like, there's this one video and like, I can't handle it. And it's when they all have their phones up, he comes out and they're like, yeah, and they got their phones up and then they all go, like, they don't know where the hell that they are. For a solid 5 seconds, a whole wave of them, just
insane,
not knowing where they are.
I'm gonna be honest. I had to stop looking them up at a certain point because I was absorbing too much of that, and I was like, okay, I've seen enough. I've seen all I needed to see. Immediately, no. So,
the weird singing when like people were like being carried out. Like, what was that?
Yeah.
Like, I get people at concerts are weird anyways, but his fan base is on another level. And they're like, they went, like he said, y'all know what you came here to do.
Right.
Die? We didn't come here for that.
No. And like what blows my mind, and this is like me I'm not a parent and I'm not judging any parents out there, but like why was there, because there's a 9-year-old that's currently in the hospital and a 14-year-old that died. Like Travis Scott does not sing music for kids. Like it's not like he started off with like Lil Nas X that was kind of, I guess, okay before he completely flipped the script. But like Travis Scott has always been he's ratchet, you guys. Like,
yeah.
Again, no judgment. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why kids are at a concert like that. And especially when he's had the history that he's had. Like somebody mentioned it earlier. I don't know if you guys saw that video when he was crowd surfing and this dude pulled his shoe off and he's standing on top of the fence telling him to fuck him up. Like, and they're jumping him. And then finally the security guards pull that dude out to get him out of there. I'm like, how is that okay?
Yeah. It's not.
How is he not getting charged with something?
Well, yeah, none of it makes logical sense, but that, of course that doesn't matter because he is above us all.
Yeah.
So, so here's my thoughts on that. There are going to be kids there, and a lot of that, and this isn't hate to Fortnite. It's not their fault. Like they did a concert, kids became aware of who he was. Parents just don't take the time to look into like, who is this artist? What are his concerts about? Because I can tell you, like, I know it's a sound clip on TikTok, but if he said, I want to go to a Travis Scott concert, all I got to do is YouTube and be like, immediately no, I've seen all that I need to see. And it's an immediate, absolutely not. Even if I was there with you, it would be a bad time because, I mean, look at what happens. So I think a lot of it is just parents aren't doing anything.
But I do blame Fortnite because Fortnite knows that their main fan base are kids.
Yeah, they
So
do.
why
That's
do you
true.
have
That's
Travis Scott on there? Like, they're put like Miley Cyrus. Is she appropriate now? I don't know anymore. Who's appropriate for kids? Like what's those three boys?
We're all like,
What's those three
nobody.
guys? The Jonas Brothers. Put the Jonas Brothers on there. They're
I don't
appropriate for
think,
kids.
are they singing still?
I
don't
think
know.
that they are. Adriana Grande was on Fortnite.
Yeah, put her on there. Put what's appropriate for kids now?
I don't know, bro, because I think they're probably all like evil, nasty.
It's all
My
bad.
son listens to like 70s, 80s, 90s and country.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. JoJo. Put JoJo on
JoJo
there.
Siwa in there.
Yeah, put her on there. Put I don't know who else.
That's kind of the lifestyle that we're all into now, though, isn't it? Where kids are like 14 years old, they look like they're 18, they act like they're older, they have access and information more so than any 14-year-old. Y'all don't go through the blue eyeshadow phase, and it pisses me off.
Dude, they don't. They haven't earned it. They haven't fucking earned it.
Struggle.
There's
we don't
no
know
awkwardness.
Like
there's no awkwardness. Their hair's like
makeup, and I do YouTube tutorials with James Charles. So
gross.
But the kids are so connected online, and they have accessibility to things that we never even would have dreamed of.
Yeah.
To where they move out of the kid phase a lot faster, and parents think that it's okay. Everybody else's kids are doing it, and this whole I want to be your best friend, I don't want you to hate me. I'm like, hate me.
No. Yeah. And I think we've talked about that before. Like when internet first became a thing, we were very parents were very protective. Don't get me wrong, Jen got away with some things when parents weren't looking. Like, I don't know if you guys remember what was the name of that website? It's like rotten.com or some.
Oh my God. I was obsessed with that. My dad was like, you're gonna be a serial killer if you keep looking at that. So we at like 2:00 in the morning on rotten.com. Is that still a site?
I would go to Yahoo Games and like play pool and be like ASL.
Yeah.
I'd be playing euchre. I played euchre on Yahoo Games. And then like ICQ chat.
Yep. But but we were also like our parents, and I'm not a parent, so if I offend anybody, I don't know, maybe you are talking to your kids and they just do what they want, but like our parents like really broke down to us like very hard or beat into our heads about internet safety, and we don't follow internet safety anymore. For God's sake, we can date online. Like it's just everything's at a touch of a button.
Don't talk to strangers.
I'm graphic with my children.
Don't talk to strangers online. Here's Tinder.
Like I'm graphic as hell with my kids.
I know them.
And I don't care. Like I scare them, and I will scare them, and I will continue to scare them every single time that they screw up, and because I let them. I let them play Fortnite. I let them do the video chat. We're homeschooling right now. It's social interaction, and they love it.
Yeah.
But the minute that you start screwing up and you're sending somebody a picture, or you're saying your real name, or you're doing screenshots and shit like that, like,
whoa, I have a story for you guys. Not about
like we are done. Yeah. And I sat them in a room together and was like, they will kidnap you. I know. And I was like, what does kidnapping mean? Like, what do you think happens to you? And it's this like, they're going to take me and like take me to their house. Okay. And then what?
Yeah.
And then what?
Yeah. I love how you handle it. Cause like,
I do. I'm very graphic. I was like, they will take you. They will never give you back. They will put you in basements. They will hurt you. Like they don't like you. They hate you. They want to sell you to other people. And I don't care that it scares you. You should go to bed afraid of that every night because it exists. It's it is the boogeyman. There is a boogeyman, and he lives on the fucking internet. And your kids need to know that.
Yeah. I mean, you're never going to, we live in the world of technology now. Like everything, like I says, at the touch of your at the fingertips. So I understand, like, you're not going to be able to keep your kids from it without like making them completely miserable and not letting them play video games. That's mean. Like kids should be allowed to play video games, but just talk to your kids about internet safety and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. Like talking to a grown ass man that's saying, hey, how old are you? What do you look like? you know, like.
Well, you heard me today when that guy bought him a battle pass.
Yeah.
I was like, give me the microphone
Give me
now.
the microphone.
Now. He's like, someone gave me a battle pass. I'm like, let's see it.
Hey, yo,
Yep.
sucker. What's up?
And I'm like, how old are you?
Yeah.
Why did you give it to him? And he's like, ma'am, I was just trying to be nice. I'm 16. He just really likes to play with us. And I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I was making sure it wasn't an adult. Y'all have a good day.
I honestly feel bad because I play Apex and I played other
Hell
games.
yeah.
But you'll get kids that pop in with you because they're always the ones that are on the microphone. Like every single time, like, hello, you have a microphone? Are you going to talk to me? I can see the thing. It says you have a microphone. I'm like, great. So
that's my son. I hear him saying that shit.
Well, I play with people, and I'll play with the kids because nobody else wants to play with them. And I usually play with my son. I usually play with my son, or I have another gamer friend. His son is like 15, and I've been playing with him for years. And so his son will play with me sometimes, and I'm like, I'll team up with these kids. And there was one kid that was like, "Hey, if we win this, I've never got champion before. If we win this, then what do we get?" And I was like, "Hey, kid, I'll take you out for ice cream," just like joking. And he was like, "Oh." He's like, nobody's ever taken me out for ice cream before. I was like, I feel bad now. And I'm like, but I can't actually take you out.
Oh, no.
I know. I was like, yeah, we go get ice cream after this, like hyping him up. He's like, yeah, I've never been out for ice cream before. And I'm like,
that's sad. Aww.
My mom used to take us to McDonald's because it was a quarter. Like,
I was going to say, bro, my parents are broke
McDonald's ice cream
we still went to get McDonald's ice cream.
That's why we broke them because they were a quarter.
Yeah, they were a quarter. Side note, canceled. I haven't played Apex.
Run, John.
Here,
run.
Like,
oh my God, run.
Run.
You had to.
Oh no. What?
Nothing. Go.
But yeah, like I haven't played Apex Legends in like a year, but like we should share screen names and play sometime.
Yes.
Then you can play with another adult. And a cool one too. Like I'm just saying.
And then you can play Plasmophobia, and one day I'll play again.
It's Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia?
It's not Plasmophobia.
My bad.
So normally, okay, and I know this is going to be like way off the trail from where Kat wants to be, but normally I don't play first shooters. I play like Witcher or like Fallout 4 and stuff like that. But so Apex was the first one that I really got into. And then now my son plays with me, so I'm like trying to...
I can't do first person shooters, dude. I cannot do it.
It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute because I get frustrated because those little kids play all the time. They always kill me. Like I can't even get a gun.
My son is low-key so good at Fortnite, and I'm like, I don't even want to play with you because you just keep shooting me.
Yeah.
I don't want
you won't let me learn.
Skyscraper, like I'm done.
Yeah, they build so fast. Like, how did you do that?
Like, I just go like play Civilization or something like. Oh, I play that game.
World of Warcraft. That's my.
I play that game.
Yes,
I play that game, Carrie.
Once Kat gets her beefy computer again, you're gonna see some Kat and Jen fucking World of Warcraft.
And she plays for the Horde, like judging by her profile picture.
Watching people play World of Warcraft because when I was younger, we couldn't afford for more than one of us in the family to have the game. So my older brother always had it, so I would just watch him and his friends play.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, in the future, if anybody plays Dungeons and Dragons, I kind of am like itching for a quest here. I'm just saying. Oh, do we have? Oh,
I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I've never done that.
Yeah, no. Like we used to like legit do it like in real life and all get together like around a table and like I don't know why I'm admitting this on the internet right now.
It's fine. We're allowed to be nerds.
It's a safe place with the girls.
Patriot Fortnite game and just go in and mess with all of our kids like on the same day.
And then just. We're playing with dog water. Your dog water.
Dog water.
I hate that comment so much. Dog water. I'm like,
why don't you go do your chores? Why don't you go do your chores?
No, my line is like,
aren't you supposed to be in school?
I'll be your stepmom by the end of the week. You're grounded.
You're grounded.
Hey, no, you can't kill me. Nope. I'm taking away your allowance.
What are you doing? I'm just enjoying the view. I'm dying over here. I know.
I know. It's unfortunate for you.
It'll be fine. Man, I'll pick you up after you die. Don't loot my box. I'm like, should stop talking.
All mine.
I will pick your banner up and run around with it the entire game and never bring you back. And they're like, I can mute you, stupid.
That's what Cancel does every night to just kind of vent. She goes and bullies children on the internet.
I go bully children on Facebook.
Oh man, that's so funny. That's so funny.
I would totally accept you, even if that's
like I was here when the internet was created. You've got nothing.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for that goodie.
Oh man, I loved Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
So for a while, they did come out with like an app for a while. It was when I was pregnant with Elise, like 8-9 years ago, and it was pretty equivalent to the floppy disk, and then they got rid of it.
Yeah, now they have this new version that's absolute trash.
Do you die of like dysentery
like,
still, or
think,
no?
So like I think you still have those, but like you build like this. I only played it for like a day, but like you have to build like a little colony or something.
Leisure Suit Larry. Do you guys remember Leisure Suit Larry? He was like a pimp, like an international pimp on floppy disk.
Yeah. I miss the old days.
We did a legit school assignment with Oregon Trail, like had a big map up on the wall. And
so did we.
Yeah, I took that very seriously. I took that very seriously. People were really dying, guys.
Yeah.
My pork was really going bad, and I was taking it out the whack, and I don't even remember if I got there first, but man, I was like crumpling the paper and wiping coffee water on it to make it like look all old and legit. And
dude, that's awesome.
With my papers and be like, "Don't look, you're cheating."
But you were like committed though, and that's okay. It's okay to nerd out.
Anything creative, I was all about it. I was like, I don't have to do math assignments today. Yeah. Okay.
Same. I understand the assignment.
Yeah. It was.
You do need a horde tune now. I have Alliance. I do have Alliance tunes.
I'm on Alliance also.
So
one day I'll make a horde character, but
I'm the bad guy, man.
I'm working my way through the Alliance first, and then I'll create one later.
If you stream, do you stream this? Because I watch this.
I do stream it. I'm actually I should be streaming it at some point.
Yes,
this week
and burning the edges, Daddy.
Are you're gonna stream World of Warcraft?
Yeah, I'll stream. That's typically
dude. All that's gonna do is make me want to get my shit together fast.
It'll be fine. No rush. You'll play with me again, or play with me soon.
Join as the person who knows nothing.
Listen, I'm not a World of Warcraft expert. Like I just go through and I quest and I achievement hunt. Like you got people that they'll talk to me like, "Oh, this mount, if you do this," I'm like, "I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying." Like I understand you
got to get all the epic freaking drops. You got to get all the freaking mounts. You got to get all the achievements. You got to do all the raids.
I'm working.
You haven't played World of Warcraft until you've been up for 48 hours straight with nothing but Code Red Mountain Dew and 4 packs of Newport 100.
Listen, Jen's got to work.
You're in it for that epic drop for 24 hours straight in a raid group of like 30 losers.
I was the one running back and forth to the fridge for my brother and his friends for the Code Red Mountain.
Code Red, right? Thank you. Thank you. It is like the staple, and you got to be in a guild. You got to do the whole.
I'm not in a guild. I've only raided I've had a couple buddies come and play with me, and like we've gotten in on like the big raids, but like I've never played for.
Wait,
I think
so
the
like
most I played is like 20
I
hours.
would know more about this game than you.
Yeah. 100%.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I know how to do is the quest and achievement.
My brothers play, and I'm like, the green guy over the.
It's fun though. You don't even need to know all the words. You don't need to know all the words.
Here's the problem: if I get on World of Warcraft, my boyfriend's getting back on World of Warcraft, and we had an intervention about that not too long ago. So, like, it consumes you, and we have to either both be consumed, or I'm going to break the laptop.
I was in a relationship where me and him both played and we sold characters on eBay. Like it was our whole,
That's a hustle.
Yeah. Him more than me. I'm not saying that like, I wasn't shit. But like him and his friends, they would build them all the way up. And I mean, you could sell those things back then for holy shit, especially depending on like the tier of your equipment and stuff and how much money you put into these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, even with Apex, people sell their characters online because if you make like platinum rank and diamond rank and things like that, well, it used to be when you became a predator, that's like the highest rank you can get. Back in the good old days of the beginning of the game, they would sell their characters because
Yeah.
I didn't know it went up that high. I knew platinum, and I think I knew about platinum. Was that the highest?
For ranked?
Yeah, Tux has been gone. He's hanging out with his
Diamond,
group.
platinum,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I didn't know about that. But yeah,
I
World of Warcraft.
am
So
so
when I first started
familiar.
playing, I
I'm
played that
always-
shit nonstop. Like as soon as I got off from work, I'd play until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Get up, go to work, come back home, do the same thing every single day.
Yeah,
And
I
then
had
was
no
like,
life.
I had to
no life. Like I had the big horde symbol on the back of my car. Like you met Moo when you were in Michigan.
Mhm.
She's got a horde tattoo on the top of her. Oh yeah, like it was bad, dude. It was
Man.
bad.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
my
so glad my
whole
friends are nerds.
life.
I love it. I fucking love it.
My whole life was that game.
Yeah, canceled. I'll text you when I stream it next time.
All right, cool.
Ugh,
You know what?
do is
I love
you.
that everyone is doing their streams. It's just really hard to keep up with all of you.
Yeah.
It's so, it is. It's super hard. But I think that we all understand that. You know what I mean? Like, I try to get into Jen. Like, I like everybody's stuff so differently. Like, I love that, like, Jen's is like her. Because I can, like, throw earbuds in with Jen's and just, like, walk around. You know what I mean? But then, like, with everybody streaming their video games, like, I won't get anything done. I'll just watch everybody.
Yep.
And do nothing with not like I do much anyways.
Well, I once upon a time was going to do the streaming thing, but it is it's just a very big time commitment. It really is. You have to be consistent.
Yes.
And
That's where I fell off because I used to average like 15 to 20 viewers when I was like consistent with streaming. And like it's a whole setup because like I said it, green screen, make sure everything's right, and it is very time consuming. But then
really?
Oh yeah. Like, and then I don't have to, like, that's why I have my background the way I do, because I can stream it like this, but it just looks cleaner with the green screen. But then like I moved and was dealing with like personal stuff. So like I stopped streaming. And now when I do, I'm lucky if I get 2 people.
2's enough.
I mean, yeah, like that's how I was from like, I'm good as long as I'm entertaining one, but like, it's kind of sucky because you went from like averaging 15 to 20. Then all of a sudden it's like, hey, 2 people, what's up, my friends that I talk to on a regular basis.
It's rough, and then you have to get to know people who are also doing that, and then you do events together and you stream together, and like it's just like TikTok. You just hustle your way.
Yeah,
it's what my daughter wants to do. Like she graduated from high school, got into college, like doing really, really well, and like she's going to be a teacher, but like, do you really want to be a teacher right now? You know what I mean? Like things, and now all of a sudden she's like, so I think I just want to be like a streamer. I'm like, can you like stay in college for just like...
Please elaborate on what type of a streamer you're talking about.
She wants to do gaming.
Okay.
She wants to do video games and...
Well, I meant, that's what I would say to my daughter. Be like, oh, you want to stream? You want to stream what?
Yeah, no, well, when she first said stream, I kind of looked at her and she's like, games. And I'm like, oh, God.
I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, do you, boo-boo, but I'm just saying.
No, not mine. Not mine. Are you serious?
But
bro,
even with
like, could you imagine eating that bullet if my 19-year-old was like, OF and bio? I'd be like, bitch, are you serious? I talk shit about this all the time.
Oh, no.
Stop it. I talk shit about this all the time.
But you still got to be careful with the video games, because like video game streaming, you got those booby streamers they just pretend they're playing video games and their boobies are out, and it's like, hey, that's not fair. That's I mean, obviously they're cut, like the nips are covered, but like they're just here like, oh, look at my chest while I play this.
Oh
game.
My God!
I just
died, you guys.
God.
Oh my God!
And they have thousands of followers, and it's like, listen, Jen like hangs out and like chats with people, and like I'm entertaining, but I don't have my boobs out. I'm sorry.
Whip them out, Jen. Apparently that's just what we do now.
I'll pass. I will pass.
You guys know the Little Rascals where they make that fake circus? Like that's in there, like yelling in the megaphone. That's what I feel like the girls are doing. We want your money. Give me. And I'm like, hey.
A man eating chicken.
A man eating chicken.
We burnt out. We need a new clubhouse.
Oh, man.
All right, guys, it is that time. So Canceled, tell us how we can follow you, love you, support you on all your platforms.
I am on TikTok. I'm in Instagram in a different capacity, less politically. But if you want all my links, you can go on TikTok, and there's a link in my bio. So, yeah. And if you haven't signed up for strictlypatriots.com, go do it.
Wait, I forgot that banner.
Oh, boo.
So as you know, we'd like to. Why don't you leave us with some final thoughts?
Okay, so I thought about it. Because of the Strictly Patriots, I'm just going to say this. I know everybody's going through hard times, and there's a lot coming up as far as like the gas prices and inflation on cotton and inflation on corn and all of the things. So just as a goal for everyone this year, because I'm doing it, skip corporate America. They were the only ones allowed to survive COVID. Shop small, shop local. Go on strictlypatriots.com and support other people, because it's like the old saying goes, you're putting money towards someone's guitar lessons instead of a billionaire's yacht. And
there's so many more amazing things that they're going to be doing with this platform besides just buying things.
It's not going to just be a marketplace. It's so much bigger than that. And the more
people bigger,
the better we can do that. And it's all this big ecosystem of just like giving back to itself. So we can finally get away from Bezos and Zuckerberg and like all.
And Patrick is just like the guy that is an amazing human being. Amazing, genuine human being.
Like he's giving it all, his all, and then some. He is very genuine. So it's not just, oh, well, yes, of course somebody sets something up and you guys are afraid it's going to be a scam and it's going to fall apart. And like, he put everything he has into it. Okay. So if y'all lose, he loses too. This isn't, there's really nothing in it for him as far as he's going to like make a bunch off of people and then like leave them hanging. Everybody wins here if we're all being supportive of it. But as far as Strictly Patriots is concerned, I'm skipping corporate America. I'm shopping there, but also I was talking to my family member the other day. I was like, if you guys know people during the holiday season because everyone is struggling, please help somebody out. I know a lot of people say anything about gifts, but think about the kids. If it's going to be hard for Santa Claus to get down the chimney, go help somebody. We all just really, especially right now, there's just so much negativity and evil and all of these things going on. Really just be looking out for your neighbors. That's kind of where I'm at right now, because everybody needs like a little bit extra love and support. So
it's that community, right? Like,
yes.
No one else. No one's coming.
Talking about these websites or whatever, but I'm not going to if I didn't believe there wasn't something to it. So,
honey, I have no idea where the hell I am half the time, and I can't believe they even trusted the show to me tonight. I don't know. I don't know
Where's
who's
Janet?
on next week right now.
Where's Janet at?
Janet, she's playing video games.
Oh,
you left her playing video games.
I'm gonna go bully kids on the internet now.
You go bully kids on the internet. This is how we follow. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
John, thank you for filling in.
Got you, buddy.
Since Tex doesn't care about his show anymore.
Yeah.
It's just, we'll talk about that later. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we will all be back normal schedule, normal time, normal people next week. All right, bye, guys.